Okay, so when you first position your schematic, you're going to realize that you have 5 hose pulleys at the back here. That means you need to have a boundless supply of lava to drain from. A boundless supply of lava is when you have 10,000 or more conjoined source blocks of lava in an area, which is a 21 by 21 by 23 cube. I have a tutorial on how to do this in my obsidian farm video. So if you want to figure out how to get that working, go over and watch that. So when you first print this down, like with any creation that you schematic print, you're going to have to go through and fix out all the multi-blocks. So go through, and wherever you see a discoloration or a graphical error, you're going to pick up that block and replace it. There are 4 things you have to fix on the bottom, 2 things in the middle, then you have to fix both of these fluid tanks. Once you've done that, you can now start to fill in all of the fillable blocks. So you're going to go to the top and you're going to fill in this 3x6 area of lava above the dripstone area. Then you're going to come over here and you're going to put 1 bucket of lava in this iron drain. Then open up that block and that block and put water in here. Then when you open this, you can grab water from there with an empty bucket, move over here, and put it there. Now that entire area is full of water. Then we're going to come over here, and you're going to fill in these 3 blocks with water. Once you have those 3 blocks full of water, we're going to come to the back, and like I said earlier, we're going to start to crank down all of these hose pulleys into the lava. Now, I am lazy, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to use a creative motor to pump the hose pulleys. As you can see, when hose pulleys are being pumped, they play this animation where they're spinning the hose down. When the hose pulley has stopped playing that animation, then you know that the hose is at the bottom of your lake of lava. Now that we have that, let's go over all of the block inputs, or item inputs that you need for this machine to run. So, at the top, we have 6 areas for you to put chickens. How you would get this to work is you would get a lot of eggs, and then you would just start throwing them in there until you have a lot of chickens. This is pretty simple, but it is very time consuming. So I would just spend a lot of time with a chicken farm just collecting eggs for you to throw in here. Now you do not need to worry about over-cramping, where there's too many entities in a single block, because it is being filtered so only eggs are coming out. So once they start over-cramping from putting too many chickens in, you can come over here, and you can grab out all of the dead chicken coop. Next, we have 2 block inputs at the top here. You have 1 here and 1 here. This is for your Glistening Melon or your Wart farms. So, in vice versa order, if you put Glistening Melons into here, you'd have to put Warts in over here, and if you put Warts in over here, then you'd have to put Glistening Melons in over here. That's pretty simple, makes sense. Then down here, we have our sugar input. So, first you need to make a sugarcane farm, then put that into a crushing wheel or a grindstone, which then makes sugar. And you have 2 inputs for sugar on either side of the contraption. You can either have both of these running, or you can have one or the other. Doesn't matter, they both work. And that's going to be pretty much it. So all you do is you're going to get your source of SU, your power. For me, I'm going to use a creative motor. And then you're going to plug that in to that one specifically. Now, as you can see, we have an error. Normally, it's supposed to be going this way, but it's not. That's because our rotation speed controller is rotating in the wrong direction. So we'll reset it back to its proper direction. It's not this one, it's this one. Yep, there we go. So we have to reset the speed controller to its proper direction. So people were complaining to me that the fans on my XP farm weren't working properly, and I had to explain that all blocks on a creation can get glitched, and so you have to make sure that all of them are going in the right order. So this is the correct orientation for this, and this is the correct orientation for this. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Okay, I didn't cat here. So there's two important pieces of information you need to get this machine to run that I forgot to include in the original recording. So when you first start up the machine, you're going to notice that there's a lot more sugar that's coming out than cinder flour at the start. And it's going to fill up all your basins with sugar more than you would like. To handle this, all you have to do is create a line of cinder flour down the center right there, with each of them having more than 2 cinder flour in it, and then start the machine up again. When you do that, you should start creating cinder flour and sugar, and these won't get full up with sugar, and you'll be fine. Another piece of information I forgot to include is you need a bucket up here in the depot. This is so that it gets full of lava and actually can fuel the blaze burners that we have making our potions. There you go.